So, Jake, what are you watching? Memes over there?
I was.
Oh.
Are we recording now?
Oh, I caught you a little bit off guard there. So, welcome back to the Local Losers. We're back, season 1, episode 4.
Yep.
We got some video live recording over there, so...
Yeah, hopefully it looks decent, you know.
I know I'm not pretty, but...
Dude, I'm going to edit some text on there that tells you you're pretty again.
Oh,
For those who haven't seen, watch the third podcast, and the second one, and the first one. Watch them and listen to all of them. Great. Is those the creative juices I hear that you just cracked?
Sponsored. Not by Coors.
Apparently our creative juices are bottled and packaged at the Coors Brewing Company, so, you know. But anyways, welcome to the podcast, guys. We've got our good buddy Jake Might here. He is working for what company this year? Because I can talk.
Yeah. You're an
Are we going to talk to the mic?
You're an electrician, right?
Electrician.
Yeah, allow him to check your electric
You wrangle
source.
pixies all day.
Wrangle pixies all day. Nah, I don't consider myself a company man. I just consider myself a union man.
He's a union man for the local, what is it, IBU 30 or something? What the hell is it?
BEW, Local 306.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
part of that dirty rat bastard hunting club.
Right. So we got Jake on here today to just talk some pop culture, some Jake culture, and some, you know, just general, probably crazy stuff. So, do you have any stories for us, Ryan? Because I gotta be honest, I didn't write anything down.
I'm gonna do some nerd talk right now.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna see if Matt can pull this off, but I'm gonna task you with putting a picture of an asteroid on the screen.
Okay.
I'm
having a lot of fun with this.
I don't know. This is a little bit of space news, which will tie into a little bit of a later story.
Yeah.
So Japan's Hayabusa 2 spacecraft, which is in 2014, they sent this satellite up to study a C-type asteroid.
Really?
And everyone is probably going, what the fuck is a C-type asteroid?
Yeah.
Well, it's a carbonaceous asteroid. It's got a bunch of like organic compounds that you would find similar on Earth, and like also known to be like amino acids present underneath it and stuff.
Isn't that what's in DNA?
Yeah. So it's like some life on a
we found life
asteroid.
on an asteroid. That's crazy.
So they're gonna actually, part of it has multiple probes on it that are gonna land on the surface and stuff. One of them's gonna send some. Gonna get down, take a sample from the actual asteroid, and it's gonna ship it back to Earth, and it's gonna be back here in I think 2020.
He said it's gonna get down.
Yeah, and then guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna send it.
Send it.
Oh my god! I don't know what's going on.
Instead of putting an asteroid on the screen, you should do a giant, like, cool, like, picture slideshow where it's a giant fist and it comes down and it comes up and it says "Space Talk."
Perfect.
But that leads us into our other story, which I don't know if you have anything to talk about. But Donald Trump's Space Force.
Yes, I couldn't honestly believe when I watched the press conference or I don't know what he was talking about when this came up. Can I have a drink of your beer real quick? My throat is just like, I'm gonna cough again, crazy. Ugh. So basically, what the press conference I watched said was that Donald Trump is spearheading the 6th branch of the military, that being the Space Force. He said, and I quote, "It's like the Air Force, what did it say? It's the same as the Air Force, it's separate but equal." I think I just quoted him directly.
Separate but equal.
Right?
Something like that.
Oh, God, I couldn't believe it.
Separate but equal.
Yeah, he did a lot of hand gestures, but I don't understand, like, is there any threat to us in space right now? Like,
no,
what are we spending billions of dollars on this for?
What he said is...
Satellite.
He's like, not only is it important to have a presence in space, but have a dominance. So important.
Fair enough, I guess.
He
I don't know.
wants to dominate space.
Wants to be a pioneer or something, but I don't know. Personally, I think this is a little early. But I guess, you know, if you want to dominate, you got the early bird gets the worm.
Space Marines.
We're getting into the Halo Wars now. That's why Black Ops 4 is even further in the future, and the Halo Wars are coming, man. Oh, jeez.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm lost in an actual government document, and it's...
Are you reading like...
Because it's 44 freaking pages long.
Oh my god. That's like the shortest government document I've ever heard of. Did you hear what they were doing when they were trying to pass...
they list China's a section on this.
China.
We're going to China and see
China.
what they have to say about China.
What, like in regards to the Space Force?
Yeah, that's what the government said to say about
Because I
China.
gotta imagine we're establishing this because we want to like get a leg up on China because they're the people who are ahead of us. Like China's becoming a world power.
I think this is more. I don't know if you remember in what was it, Ronald Reagan's era when he had the Space Wars program when he was concerned about like it's ICBM nuclear threat is what I think it's that all over again.
So all right, well let me answer this then.
Hold on.
All right, Jake. Talk on the microphone.
You're saying China is more advanced in the space race right now, right?
Yeah, I guess.
They're launching missiles.
They've built Gundams before, Jake. Of course, they're more freaking.
Have they been to the moon?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Who would know?
Have they?
What do you know about China?
Have we?
Nothing.
No, I'm just kidding.
Apparently
the
not.
Is real.
No one knows nothing about China. That's why China has led and stayed the way they are is
They're
by
like,
not letting anyone know what the hell they're doing.
They're the silent.
Their economy has grown at 10% every single year for the last 2 decades.
They're the silent.
They have
leader.
an upper middle class now arising in China that was never there.
That's crazy.
Because there's money, and they have an infrastructure plan which is worth I think over $1 trillion to build like over 50
a small loan of $1 billion.
It's just fucking
You
crazy.
also owe them a metric crap ton of money.
I know. I've been thinking I need to learn some Chinese here pretty soon because
let's just keep Jeremy as a friend. So.
Right? Yeah.
Bring us back to the Space Force and
My Chinese buffet.
who do you think we're I guess I'll pose this question to you. Do you think we're establishing this to both of you? Do you think we're establishing the Space Force in preparation for Will Smith and Independence Day type Space Force thing, or to just have a leg up on all the other nations or whatever?
I think it's the
or
idea.
the third answer, secret answer that you can come up with.
Well, my take on it is he wants to gather more of an upper hand on the atmosphere or space, the orbit around Earth, I think is what he's trying to do. Is to try and, I think, no one's really claimed that they're fighting up there, so he's the first to say, hey, we're the first to like venture and claim that we're establishing a eminent domain and we're like the police force for up there.
Right,
we're saying
it's worked out so
we've
well
done
for the rest
that.
Of the world.
We do that all around. That's how America is.
That is America. We are the global protectors, apparently. But
it works, and we do.
So that's your take on it. What's your take on it, Jake? Why do you think we established the Space Force?
Obviously, I mean, if you read any or heard any other interviews from Donald Trump talking about space, you'll obviously know he's obsessed with space.
Okay.
So this is just one of his another giant ploys of his obsession with space.
I mean, when you're the president, you can pretty much do whatever you want. So as long
that's
as
fine
Congress
with me.
passes.
I mean, that's fine with me, but I mean, stop taking funding away from NASA.
Right. No,
they're
they
just
close NASA down?
They're just
they just keep ripping funding away from them.
And then it just goes to companies like SpaceX because now SpaceX
Yeah,
is doing well. They
That's
don't.
Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
That dude's a nut job. I love him.
They
Following his
they
Twitter is
don't need
amazing.
funding for NASA anymore. NASA doesn't need to make rockets.
I guess.
He's just shown that
You're gonna-
SpaceX can actually make
That private
a
companies can do
platform.
it better than a government agency.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what they actually gave him money as a government contract to do that.
All right. Here. Well,
In order to develop his Merlin engines, which are used on the Falcon 9,
Yeah.
which were then used in tandem in multiples of 3 on the Falcon Heavy.
Yeah.
They would use 3 and...
Dude, I love Elon Musk. He's so awesome. The not a flamethrower thing. Did you see that? From the Boring Company. I watched. I think it was
People
iJustine.
will buy anything from that dude.
Dude, I would. I was mad because I went on the site and they were already sold out.
If they'll have to wait 2 years to get their Tesla, they'll still pay for it.
Well,
They'll
hell yeah,
spend
man.
$35,000 knowing they will not get their product for 2 years.
I guess if you're
How
that.
did-
Well, who gets a like? What kind of people get a Tesla though? You have to be pretty damn established in your life to be able to get a Tesla. Like my neighbor has a Tesla. You know,
He's a cult leader.
No.
No, the other one?
Different neighbor. He probably has a Tesla too, but this one is.
They're an interesting topic at one point.
The Restored Church of God, which is based like headquarters, world headquarters in Wadsworth, Ohio.
They built 5 houses and a lot back there,
And
and
they
they have
bought-
2 farms.
They bought houses on that street from
They own
people.
all the houses in front.
They tore one of them down and they built a gate. And I didn't notice that. I drove by that every single day on my way to school to get on the freeway.
They tore down an
there.
entire house.
To build a gate. Like, that's nuts. You took down someone's domicile. I mean, they probably paid them handsomely, but still, like, man, Mr. Pack, thank you for helping my mom and dad with their tree things, because he always would come over and nurse our trees back to life if they had, like, diseases or something. He knew, like, how to cut it where it would come back to life
That
or whatever.
explains the freaking farming that they're doing there.
Yeah. Like, you were real nice at taking care of the trees and whatnot, but, you know, I think the Restored Church of God thing took a weird turn, so.
Very.
Yeah, I don't know. Joey and Sam and I
tried driving my state truck in there.
Did you?
I didn't get far.
Yeah, I think Jake told me that, not you, Jake, different Jake. One of my buddies, Jake, he told me that he was working for the city for a while, and he was doing, like, clerical work and everything, like filing and whatnot for him. And he said he found on a piece of paper when he was, like, shuffling through to file for 2014 or something, that he found the gate code for the Restored Church of God. And he was like, I feel like I should do something with this. But I'm like, you could tell it to me and, you know, maybe I'll use it. But, like, I feel like even if you get into the gate, they're probably going to be like,
oh,
hey,
yeah.
what are you doing here?
They might even shoot you on sight. I don't know what kind of...
But that's crazy. Like, it's a private place. And I've heard cops can't even come on the premises without the gate code and, like, authorization to get there. So, you know, you got to wonder, what's going on inside there, Mr. Pack? And I heard you have to, like, sign over all of your worldly possessions to them, and then they can do with them what they please.
But it's totally not a scam.
It's just like the Scientology bullshit.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, if you're listening.
And John Travolta, too.
Do you remember that quest in Fallout?
Which Fallout?
The new one.
What
Fallout 4?
Yeah.
Well,
where you would come to this shelter and then the guy would be like, oh, this is blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the exact words, but he's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
give
yeah.
up all your stuff.
Yeah,
to
they
me
have,
and
like,
you
a
can join."
bonfire in the front. I killed everybody there.
Yeah.
What?
It reminds me of that.
Yeah, no, it
It's
was...
literally what it is.
Would you have anything you want to talk about, Jake? Anything specific?
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I didn't realize I was going to be on a podcast today.
I know we kind of just... Jake and I were looking at a car today, and we came back to... We got dinner with Ryan, and we just came back. We're like, you know what?
You're looking at a Ford Mustang, though.
Yeah. What was it, 1996?
5.0.
96. No, this was the 4.6, but...
Oh, 4.6.
4.6 liter
Yeah.
V8 engine. Yeah, I mean, it was alright. I wasn't a fan of it, personally.
Super nice car, but it needs a lot of work.
Very, very clean.
What doesn't in this world?
Yeah, that's true, but
We all need work.
if I'm paying that much money...
Right, exactly. I don't know. That's something, but... let's see. I need Nas.
No, that's like the rapper.
Nas.
No, like that video that Jake showed you earlier.
Oh,
Oh, I got a Bleacher Report update. Celtics are far from landing Kawhi. Spurs and Celtics talked today about Kawhi Leonard, but no offer was made, and trade talks went nowhere. From the Boston Herald.
Kawhi!
And LeBron is still in Cleveland.
Dude, I can't believe it, but the Lakers are still the favorite to win LeBron in free agency. I don't know how. It's like 1,000. It's like plus 1,000 for the Lakers, plus 600 something for the 76ers, and then plus 300 for the Cavs. Like,
They are stupid.
They're just writing stories, honestly. Like,
Well,
there's no way.
There's
They're
nothing to talk
trying
about
to
right now.
make...
There's nothing for him. And I read this morning.
What
that
could he make over in LA? Probably not even like 30.
And I mean, they could pay him, but he wouldn't be championship ready.
No.
They'd have to sell all the talent that they have.
I'm going to say they'd have to get rid of anyone good.
Anyone remotely good. They'd have like 2 good players. 2 young good players, and that's it. But, I don't know. I mean, I read this morning that people even further don't think he's going to go there because they can't land Kawhi. Paul George probably won't go there, and he's not going to be the only person there. The only reason he was going to play there is because of those 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, hey, and Mark Velchek, if you're listening, here's a shout out because you shouted me out in your WCTV show. So here you are. Anyway, is a guy I work with. He's I can plug him real quick. What is it?
Nutty.
Real News with Mark Vilcek on Vibit.com, I think. VIEBIT.com. It's whatever WCTV does their videos.
Is it Mike?
Through. Mark.
Mark.
MarkVLCEK. He's a cool guy. I like him. Shut up, Mark.
Hey, you guys are wrong. This isn't my first podcast.
No, yeah. If we got any loyal listeners here, hopefully some of our friends are.
Not even that.
No?
Then technically, this is my third podcast.
We had you on.
Molly Hatchet.
Yeah, we had you on our
That
Square.
one, yeah, that was the first one when I was a nerd. And then there was the one you guys never posted.
Which one was that?
Drunk-
The drunk
the
tape,
drunk
everybody.
podcast.
Yeah, if you watched
Yeah.
if you watched the last episode of the Local Losers podcast,
Hey.
season 1, episode 3.
If you listeners want a drunk podcast with me and Vince,
Yeah, you gotta get 50 likes and I'll release it. On
And
any
if you
social
want
media.
Jake to talk into the microphone,
I
give
am
it 15 dislikes, please.
Wow, I am talking in the mic.
The wrong microphone. This way.
You guys make it so hard.
Well, this microphone right here is just to keep up appearances like it's working. See, nothing's happening. This one works. So.
We're all about appearance here. That's why we look like this.
Right, yeah.
That's why we're drinking Coors.
Yep, for all appearances.
Banquet.
What are we at now?
Local losers.
16 something probably?
I don't pay attention. I just keep playing around on web pages while you guys talk.
Fair enough.
We're at 19 minutes and 5 seconds. So
Jeez.
we're
Well-
doing pretty good in this podcast. I'm liking it. I got video, so
It's
I got
fresh.
I don't know what quality this is recording at. This is an iPhone X, so
Hopefully it's good quality.
whatever the high quality on this is.
Yeah.
1080p, bro.
Dude, I was
I
shocked.
hope it's like 480 maybe average. Looks like when you plugged your old N64 in.
Looks
Right.
They show graphics 8-bit style.
And it's like
I'd love.
half the
Can you
screen is cut off.
Can you
because
cut it? Can you cut it from 16:9 to 4:3, please? Like we just take this wide angle shot and we just crop it down so everyone has to view it. And
Who's your guys' favorite YouTuber? Let's go around here. Well, Jake, how about you start since you're the guest?
I haven't watched YouTube in like a year.
All right. Well, a year ago, who's your favorite YouTuber?
Dude, I couldn't even tell you.
Filthy Frank, iDubbbz.
Sure.
You showed me both of those guys. Ryan, who's your favorite YouTuber?
I've got a couple.
All right, give me your top 3 then. Need more creative juices there, buddy.
I need Nas.
Dying over here, but one of them is AVE, which is Arduino versus Evil, which none of you are gonna know that.
Is that like a gaming channel? Or
No,
something?
it's not. Machining and
really? Of course it is.
electronics and stuff like that.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Electric and stuff too.
Chicken?
Electricin.
Electricin.
He's an electrician.
Jake is.
Or can I call him an erectrician?
Who's your last one then, or is that it?
Him. A guy named Cody's Lab is pretty hilarious.
I'm gonna have to check some of these guys out.
It's like I'm a nerd. It's hard.
Yeah, you definitely.
I watch a lot of things that I learn stuff from that are useful.
What a loser!
I got another chemistry channel that I like learning a lot of stuff from.
You like Good Mythical Morning, don't you?
Good Mythical Morning is another good one. That's like
what you
good.
and I used to watch on Tuesdays
I watched
and Thursdays.
that every single morning. I'd be there for every single episode because it was just like my own little morning wake up.
Rhett and Link, we love you guys. I guess mine.
Love to be Rhett. No, I'd be more like.
You'd be more Link because I'm taller, so you know.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're
you
both
got the beard.
Right. It's like. That's like trying to identify yourself with like a TV show character. Like I try to pick a character that I want to be from like Friends or something. I'm like, oh, I want to be Joey, but I'm so freaking sarcastic and sad like Chandler. So it's like perfect world.
Doesn't work.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
let's see. I think my favorite YouTubers. I definitely like Game Grumps a lot. Love Game Grumps. You can catch me watching that all the time.
Crazy Russian hacker for you, dude.
Safety is number one priority.
Safety is number one priority.
I love
Today we will be testing this Flex Seal. Watch as I stab this bucket with knife multiple times.
Oh,
that's a lot of damage.
And now I will spray Flex Seal on bucket, but not wait for it to fully cure.
Right? No, when I watched that,
I will do it multiple times and wonder why it never works.
Commented. I've never commented on one of his videos before, but I commented that. I'm like, you know what?
I got so pissed.
I don't do this often, Mr. Taras. Cool, but like, you gotta let it work, man. That's what they even say that in the commercial.
Yeah, you gotta let it dry.
And if it doesn't work at first, just be patient. That's literally like what freaking Phil Swift.
Phil Swift?
I love Phil Swift.
Phil Swift here with Flex Seal.
It's never like
I sawed this boat in half.
Yahoo! Like he's floating across on the water. Oh my god.
I should Flex Seal the Civic.
No, dude, listen. I've used flex tape before. I
Really?
bought a roll of it. It's $14 a roll. It's ridiculous. And it's like, it might be as long as this table, the whole roll.
That's it?
Yeah. And it's like great adhesive and everything. I fixed it to...
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
We should have used that on the old boat.
It's definitely right.
We could have sawed the
On the
boat
motor.
We could have sawed the boat in half.
I don't know if the motor would have worked just because we put some flex tape on it.
I don't know.
Maybe flex seal.
No,
Ryan's talking about the old boat that my grandma used to let me drive all the time on Portage Lake.
My favorite thing was when it was at its end of its life and we had to start it by tying the rope around the gears and
so
the main prop shaft.
Yeah,
And
you could pull the cover off and you could like ripcord start it like a mower essentially.
Mhm.
And the starter I think was going bad. The battery wasn't that great. So it's like Jake and I actually fixed that boat one time. You wanna clue him into that story, good buddy?
Somehow broke the front window on the boat, and I had to fix it with a piece of plexiglass.
Yeah, it
was a bad time.
Now it's unbreakable.
It was one of those like
I doubt it.
like
Bulletproof, maybe even.
No,
Like
not
it's the open bow.
plexiglass.
Yeah, it's like that open bow thing where you like flip the window up so you can get up there, and then fold it back over to. Yeah, Ryan should be like a sound effects voice actor, but we were putting the cover on it, and Jake forgot to put the window or close the window or whatever to the back of the boat, so he just tries to lift the cover up a little bit and get it through and pulls it, and sure enough, glass fucking shatters. Man, you're really good at that. That sounded exactly like glass. Props
Like,
to Ryan.
honestly, why would you put
Oh no, I
glass?
agree. I absolutely agree. Glass should not have been there for sure. And I'm glad we put plexiglass on there.
I mean, I fixed it, so.
Yep, and my grandpa never knew. I ended up telling my grandma, though, the day that we did it, just because she was like, I know you're doing something. You gotta tell me what you're doing. I'm like, well, we broke the boat window. She's like, oh my gosh, really? I'm like, yeah, but we fixed it. Or she's like, okay, good. And my grandpa never knew. He never knew.
Right in there like...
That's what I thought we were gonna have to do, but it just took off like what was it, like 2 or 3 screws on the bracket, and then just slid the plexiglass in. Funny part is we didn't know. We thought that we had like bought the wrong thing when we bought it. The plexiglass, we got it cut and everything to the shape of the window it was supposed to be. We put it in, put the bracket back on, and it was cloudy. We're like, do you have to like clean this first or something, or what?
I know exactly what you did.
We didn't take the freaking
film off.
Exactly. So we're like, well, shit.
You gotta take it all back apart.
Yeah,
Pick
yeah.
it out of the bracket.
Oh, it was too funny. That was back when you had your Jeep, right?
I can't even remember.
PJ.
Dude,
It was so long ago.
so long ago.
We getting to the end here, Ryan?
Yeah, we're getting towards the end here, and
Yeah, so
we're gonna close out this Local Losers podcast by getting a little plugs in.
Yep.
You can go ahead and follow us on Twitter because we're back.
Yes,
bitch.
yes. It only took
Clipping
us 10
your
days.
eardrums.
It only took us 10 days, or
Twitter.
really 10 days
What
to
is that?
appeal to Twitter.
The Local Losers podcast.
You can find us on pretty much everything. Not Instagram yet, because I just haven't seen a point to make that. But the Local Losers podcast, that should bring us up. Look for our logo on that. So Facebook,
Woo!
Twitter, YouTube, and I think that's all. SoundCloud too, because we transitioned from Podbean to SoundCloud because just some weird stuff happened.
And now that SoundCloud almost went bankrupt and they got bought, they're catering a little bit more.
Yeah, so
it's
follow
actually
us on everything. Thanks for listening today, guys. Thanks for being in the studio, Jake.
No problem.
This has been Ryan on mic 1.
Matt on mic 2.
And
Jake
on mic 2.
Jake on 2.5.
Yeah, right. Jake on mic
he's got
2.5.
half a mic. Adios, motherfuckers.
All right, we'll see you guys. That was another good one.